Welcome back, my friends, to the Beastologist Walks. I am Phoenix, and today we are going to try something a little bit different. No walking. I am going to show you the 5 essential items I now put on my feet for every hike to make sure I do not get any cuts or blisters. Number 1. Hiking trainers. The honest start of this story is that the first 5 miles of the whole walk I did in flip-flops. Just before the second walk, I was shopping in Aldi and saw their hiking trainers on the shelf. I did not do any research nor shop around, and I still have not tried any others since. £14.99 a bargain. I use them for cliff paths, fields, roads, the lot. I find them extremely comfortable and have no problems with them at all. I have read a good hiking trainer is supposed to last at least 300 miles. I have not hit that yet, but I will do an update and let everyone know how they are holding up when I get there, or if they disintegrate first. These are Crane trekking shoes, it says on the label. This next bit might be a bit controversial to some of you. They are almost certainly made in the same anonymous factory in China as half the hiking trainers on the market, just with a different badge stuck on. The same shoes turn up in Decathlon, on Amazon, all over, wearing whatever brand name the retailer has decided to slap on that week. It is hard for me to bend down and redo my laces with my backpack on. I fall over. And I do not want to go to the trouble of taking everything off just to do it. So I have added a little toggle that holds them in place and saves me from banging my head on the floor. I got a bag of these from Amazon for pennies. I have also gone over them with Teflon spray to help waterproof them a bit more. They came in 2 colours, grey and black. I got the grey ones, no problems at all. Camera Dad got black. First 3 times he walked in them, the dye came off and turned his feet black. Here are some photos, feel free to have a good laugh. His feet are fine now, but it was hilarious at the time. So tell me, what hiking shoes are you wearing? What would you recommend? Let me know in the comments below. Number 2, water shoes. I love the beach. I will walk on it any chance I get. I prefer it to the cliff tops. I also love to walk through the shallow water. Most of this stretch, Spurn Point up to Bradlington, has been beach and it has been fantastic. But there are lots of stones and shells. I have had pairs of water shoes for years for swimming in the sea. I already owned these and I did not buy them for the walk. Mine happened to be hot tuna from Sports Direct, about 4 or 5 quid. But I have had other brands over the years, and they have all been pretty much the same. Turns out the habit paid off anyway, because they handle wet sand and rock just as well as they handle actual seawater. They also do not rub, which after a full day matters more than almost anything else on this list. And when they are caked in sand and mud, I just rinse them off and they are done. No drying out. No fuss. Does anyone else hike along beaches? Have you ever tried water shoes? Let me know in the comments below. Number 3, toe socks. Toe socks, off Amazon, no specific brand, 5 pairs for under a £5. This is the one I laughed at until I actually tried it. I put these on just before Spurn Point regular socks, let my toes rub against each other with every step, and over enough miles that rubbing turned into blisters I never saw coming, and nobody warned me was even a thing that could happen, and I have not had one since. Toe socks separate them out, like gloves for my feet, and I leave them on all the time now, walking on land or straight into the water, does not matter which. I felt daft putting them on the first time, and it did take a little bit of getting used to the feeling of cotton between my toes. But now they feel like the best 5 quid I have spent on this whole walk once I have done a proper day in them. Tell me, have you tried toe socks? Or do you know something better? Let me know in the comments below. Number 4. Thick ankle or thigh socks. Thick wool ankle socks or thigh-high socks, worn over the toe socks, not instead of them. These earned their place crossing Sunk Island, a part of the trail nobody has really walked in a long time, so it is overgrown, with thorns and nettles the whole way through with no path to speak of. I pulled these up to cover my exposed legs, and since I have had these, no more cut legs, no more stings, thick enough to stop the lot getting through, which on a normal day of walking I would never even think about. But on a day like that, they are doing a job my trainers and shorts never could. So, if you hike in shorts through long grass, how do you protect your legs? Let me know in the comments below. Number 5. Insect repellent band. I wear it on my ankle. This one is made of silicone, I think, and it smells of citronella. I am a midge magnet. If I sit in my own garden, reading for half an hour, I will come inside, covered in bites. With this on, nothing touches me ever. No ticks, no midges, nothing. Simple as that. These are sold all over, usually pretty cheap and in packs of 2 or 3. If you have a different way to keep the insects away, I would love to hear it in the comments below. Now a bonus item, a spare pair of dry socks, saved for the second I am finished walking for the day. It does not sound like much, but there is something in the act of taking off the damp pairs that have done all of the work and putting on a fresh, dry pair of socks that breaks the routine psychologically. It tells my brain I am actually finished, not just stopped for a break, and I relax properly the moment they are on. I know it is a small thing, but it has become part of how I wind down at the end of every walk. 5 essential things, 6 with the bonus, that I wear on my feet when hiking. All of them I learnt the hard way somewhere between the Humber Bridge and Filey Brig, and all for less than £30. Now it is your turn. Let me know in the comments what you put on your feet when hiking. What do you recommend I try? What do I not know yet and should prepare for? So that is the end of this video. See you next time.